The meeting of the National Security Advisors of the United States, India and the United Arab Emirates, with the Crown Prince and Prime Minister of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman, on Sunday last week is being considered very important.
Central Asia is our extended neighborhood.
It is being said that the United States is paying special attention to India in its strategy in the Gulf countries. India's new prospects are being talked about in the Arab world. The proposal, which was jointly presented in Saudi Arabia by the National Security Advisors of the three countries, shows that India and the UAE are also interested. Indo-Pacific as well as the Middle East, moving toward working together to curb China's influence in the East. In such a situation, the Arab countries are coming together once again, forgetting their mutual enmity. This is the first such high-level meeting since Syria's civil war began in 2011. Russia is trying to normalize relations between Turkey and Syria. The warmth of India and the US in the Gulf countries is quite different from the traditional policy of India. Former Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru's policy in the Middle East was that India should oppose or distance itself from America here. But by joining the US-led Indo-Pacific in 2021, India broke the self-imposed ideological barrier. Indo-Pacific includes Israel, India, United Arab Emirates, and the United States. India has also rejected the idea that friendship with Israel cannot be expressed openly. It has also transformed the uneasy relationship with two important Arab countries, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, into a solid strategic partnership. Until a few years ago, India's association with the US and Israel was also dismissed as a fantasy in the sunny countries of the Gulf. But now India is openly coming forward with America, United Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia in this area. The US is not the only Western power in the Gulf with which India is developing close ties. France has also emerged as an important partner of India in the Gulf. India is currently holding trilateral talks with the United Arab Emirates and France. Due to Nehru's withdrawal from the historical geopolitical role in the Middle East, Pakistan became the center of Anglo-American strategy. When the Soviet Union invaded Afghanistan in 1979, the United States, Saudi Arabia and Pakistan were challenging the invasion. Pakistan's connection with Sunni fundamentalism is not hidden from anyone. I don't think there was any mistake in Nehru's policy. The situation was completely different then, and the situation is completely different now. When the Islamic country normalized relations with Israel under the Abraham Accords, if India was there, then why does India not clarify its policy anew? The Modi government also has an ideological closeness to Israel. Manmohan Singh's government was a coalition government, so he had a compulsion. Because of this compulsion, he was not openly discussing friendship with Israel. BJP has no such compulsion. The Baghdad Pact was signed in 1955 to avoid communist threats in the region. Pakistan was also an important part of the Baghdad Pact along with Britain, Iraq, Iran and Turkey. The Baghdad Pact was then called the Defense Organization. In it, the five countries discussed the achievement of their common political, military and economic objectives. Iraq withdrew from the Baghdad Pact 1959. After Iraq's withdrawal, it was renamed the Central Treaty Organization. In May 1998, when Pakistan was deciding whether to respond to India's 5 nuclear tests, Saudi Arabia promised Pakistan 50,000 barrels of oil per day for free. This greatly helped Pakistan to counter the economic sanctions of Western countries after the nuclear test. If Pakistan were still relevant among the alliance of pro-Western countries in the Middle East, India would hardly be so important to the West in the region. As the geopolitics of the Gulf is changing, Pakistan has become irrelevant or unimportant. Pakistan was seen as a moderate Muslim country in the 1950s, but is now identified as a sympathizer of hardline Islamic extremism. In the changing geopolitics, Pakistan is now irrelevant to the West and stands alongside China. On the other hand, the relations between the West and China are becoming increasingly tense. The Modi government has understood the changing balance of the Gulf and has taken meaningful steps accordingly. The silence of the Gulf Islamic countries after the removal of Article 370 from Jammu and Kashmir shows that the situation has changed. This is the same Saudi Arabia that used to side with Pakistan on Kashmir. Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen came to New Delhi on May 9. Eli Cohen said during the visit that in the future Indian goods will reach Israel's Haifa port through Arab rail. Addressing the India-Israel Business Forum organized by the Confederation of Indian Industry, Eli Cohen said, "Our vision is for Israel, the Gulf Arab countries and India to become a gateway from east to west. It will be sent by train to a Haifa port in Israel and then to Europe." It is being said that India wants to become an economic necessity for the Middle East, and Israel is being considered as an important ally of India in this goal.